mama. Kimari yemene kwa mwana kama. Wapo kimbe mwana ejina kagari hebola. Kimari yemene kwa mwana kama. Wapo kimbe mwana basi kagari. Kimari yemene kwa mwana kama. Wapo kimbe mwana ejina kagari hebola. Kimari yemene kwa mwana kama. Wapo kimbe mwana basi. Agama bukande male.
Hello, gentlemen. I think we have to start right now. We have no more time to delay. Yeah, please, gentlemen, be with me now. We are about to start the program for the day. Our guest is already there waiting. So, be with me now. We are about to start. Our guest is already. So, gentlemen, you are ready now. The program is right now beginning. Please, let me connect our guest right now. Sonny, you are there. Mike is there. Uche Digi is there. Ozronia Francis is there. I've not seen the rest of the people. We have to start now. No need to
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, thank you very much. So, we have to begin the program. Let me quickly connect our guests for him to know that we are here now. Already. So, like you all know, please, like everybody knows, just let you know this on this.
Okay, let me ask you one. All right.
Good evening once again, my fellow compatriots. Ndị Igbo ibe m, ndị Biafra, kinsmen and women, friends, well-wishers of Biafrans and Biafra. We welcome you once again to this day's broadcast coming to you from the satellite station of the Voice of Biafra International, Germany. Today, we are having with us a very special guest. Somebody you know and know very, very well. Somebody whose name rings bell when we talk of Biafra agitation. He is a pioneer member. During the heydays of Radio Biafra London, he was a household name. There was no time RBL would go on air without you hearing his voice or his name being mentioned. His name evoked passion, inspiration, and aspiration. That was a time when our people used to drink from the same spring. When we used to understand ourselves, knowing full well that mere differences were merely ideological. But with minds bent on Biafra, we were of children of the same parentage. I keep his name pending. I have to inform you, our special guest today is a columnist. Of course, those of you who are well grounded in journalism and the literary world, you are in better position to understand the term columnist. He is equally a prolific writer. He has written very many books which anybody can access on Amazon, a popular site where you can buy or purchase whatever book of whatever knowledge you want. He is a prolific writer, and his books right now are well studied in various secondary schools in Nigeria and other parts of the world. He is equally an editor of Nigeria Africa Masterwork. That I may not forget, some of his works include The Living Biafra. Let me speak with emphasis. This book goes a long way to detail facts and figures, anything that has to do with Biafra. The beginning, the middle, or what we call the progression in literary language, and the end. Read it. You will understand what Biafra is all about. Apart from The Living Biafra, he is also the author of Lost from Home. You may ask, lost from home, who is that person lost from home? Or who are the people lost from home? If we have to talk from the perspective of prodigality, many of our people are lost from home. We are disconnected from the fabrics of our own Biafra society. What went wrong? A popular Ghanaian poet, Kwesi Brew, would say, the sea is our land. Because the natives were lost from home, the sea begins to eat the people's land. We are here to reclaim it. Far from that, he is equally the author of The Anger of a Sea Goddess. What is making the sea goddess angry? Because the children of the goddess are going contrary to nature's laws. What are those nature's laws? Do not commit adultery. Do not shed anyone's blood. For every man's blood there must be a reckoning. Do not go contrary to the norms of the society. Adhere to the principles and the ideologies and philosophies that govern a particular cultural background. Then you become safe. The anger of the sea goddess. That we might not incur the anger of the sea goddess, we must be always conversant with our own environment to know what to do and to know what to avoid. Go to Amazon, you will see all of them. Fellow Biafrans, it is not good anymore to keeping you in suspense. I am referring and introducing to you a well-known personage in Biafra agitation, Ikechukwu Enyago. Ikechukwu Enyago, like I have said, is a name every Biafran is conversant with. Ask their children during the moonlight nights in Biafra land, they will tell you Ikechukwu Enyago is somebody they know very, very well. Today he is with us. Ikechukwu Enyago, you are welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, Mazi Bano. It's a pleasure to be availed of the opportunity to listen to my brothers and sisters and also to speak to them. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Now, I am not alone in this particular day's broadcast. What we know of Voice of Biafra International is that we make sure that everybody is involved because it is called Voice of the People. With me right now in this particular matter rather, to interview you are one, Sonny Emmanuel Wabisi from Biafra land. Sonny, welcome to the program.
Thank you, my brother Ikenna, and thank you. Welcome our guest Ikechukwu Enyago. You are highly welcome for today's program. Thank you.
And then after Sonny Baba, who is speaking to us now from Biafra land, we have Ume Maslinus right now in Lagos. Ume Maslinus, welcome to the program and welcome to our special guest.
Thank you, Araco. Good evening, Biafrans and lovers of Biafra. It's me, Maslinus Ume, speaking from Lagos, Nigeria.
Thank you very much.
You are welcome to tonight's broadcast. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ume Maslinus. Also in Lagos and from Lagos is Chijoke joining us. You are welcome to the program.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ikenna. Good evening, fellow Biafrans. This is Jude Chijoke, and I'm joining from Lagos, Nigeria. Thank you as you listen.
Yeah, before I introduce Mike Okaha, let me take a call from Biafra land. Hello, our brother Emeka Ojo, calling from Ikwano right now. I would have wished you give us some minutes because we are introducing our correspondence to our guest speaker. But however, because it takes long, what do you have to tell us? We have our guest speaker today, Ikechukwu Enyago, a well-known Biafran. Do you have anything to say before we continue? Yeah, Emeka Ojo, yes. Okay, sorry, we have lost him. Okay, now please check your background. Please check your background. There's much noise coming from there. Now let me introduce from Lagos to Germany now, Mike Obi Okaha, who is also a strong member of the Voice of Biafra International crew. Mike, you are welcome to the program. Mike Okaha, you are there? I know Mike is there already. I'm having the green signal. While we wait for Mike, let us go into the business of the day proper. Our guest speaker, a gentleman of no mean repute, Ikechukwu Enyago. Once again, before we say welcome, now to the business of the day. Sometime in the past, between the years 2012 up to 2013, you wear a household name when we talk of Biafra agitation, sensitizing our people. The caller is coming again. Hello, Emeka Ojo from Ikwano. Welcome to the program. Hello. Hello, Emeka. Can you hear me? No, Emeka, I'm sorry. I cannot hear you. The service is very, very fluctuating. I cannot hear you. Sorry. Now, back to our guest speaker. Back, somebody is leaving his gadget on. Please tune it down. Tune it down. So, to our guest speaker, far back 2012, 2013, you were a household name when issues of Biafra were brought to the fore. On radio, RBL, you were a figure, a personality to reckon with. Your name evoked passion, longing for the good old days, and aspiring for modern Biafra, for homeland Biafra. Somewhere along the line, your voice ceased from public glare. Our people have been looking for you, asking what went wrong. Could you please, as a good Biafran, as a patriotic Biafran, tell our people how come that somewhere along the line, somebody like Ikechukwu Yago's voice was no longer heard in Biafra self-actualization?
Oh, thank you very much. May I now take over from you?
Yes, go on.
Okay, before I continue, I think somebody has his phone or a mobile device tuned into loudspeaker.
I have said that, and please, before you take the question, let me inform you that we are broadcasting live right now on our satellite link, 2 on Facebook, 3 on YouTube, and everything is automatically being recorded. Everything is automatically being recorded. A lot of thousands of people are already logged onto this particular program when they had their name to be our guest today. So over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Is my line clear now?
Yes, very, very clear.
Okay, thank you very much. I greet from Angola, Biafra land, all of you all over the world. I am delighted to have been given this opportunity to speak to us on issues that have been bothering on where we are today and where we are headed. Like the moderator rightly said, I think I've put a given quota in the defense struggle or whatever is left of it. I would like to start from where I got connected to what we look at as RBL, or what was RBL. In fact, I just think the first position I ever heard of was vobi. What of your?
Yeah, we are not getting you clear at all.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. Adjust our position so we can get you clearer.
Okay, let me see. Is it better now?
Yeah, it's better.
Yes, better. Okay, it's better than last week. Okay, like I was saying, I think the first time I heard of any radio that has to do with Biafra was the vobi, then headed by, who headed the spokesperson then was Dr. Nkocha. I think he resides in the USA. That was between 1999 to 2004, thereabouts. So, but then I traveled to Malaysia in 2008. And around 2010, I began to write. I'm not going to dive into why I started writing. So I began to write, and at a point, I began to write on issues that border on Nigeria. My first article concerning Nigeria was the attitude of a repentant nation. Then I had not known much about them. All that I knew or picked up apart from the things that I read later were things that I saw in Malaysia there among Nigerians. We had then those from the northern part of the country. Our those from our eastern part, and our those from the Europe part, and then mixed ethnic groups. We have those from a state called South having their languages there. So I picked some of the things I know about our history as a country or as indigenous people from the things I saw there before then diving into reading some books and studying about the so-called Biafra that we've been speaking about. So in 2010, I wrote the first article, and I submitted it to Nigeria Africa Matter, and the publisher, the CEO and the publisher is Chief Chato President. He published it. Then I started writing some articles based on the things that I see, the things that I study, and based on my personal experience. At this point in time, I discovered that we have as a people, it's not just because we are Nigerian. The issue we have is because we may be Nigerians, but we are considered second-class citizens, and maybe worse still. Because I looked at the Hausas who were studying there, I looked at the Yorubas who were studying there, or who were living there, and I looked at our people, and I thought disparity was so glaring that I had to speak up. So I started writing from 2010 to 2012 when, because I was writing on issues about Africa and Biafra, a lot of people started sending me invitations, adding me to forums and places that I never knew existed. At a point in 2012, that was when I came in contact with America. And they were saying that they needed people to write a press release concerning an upcoming radio, Biafra London. I had never heard of Biafra London before, or the issue that, or that the fact that they had had sponsored it in 2009 and it failed. I never heard it. But later along the line, I discovered what happened. So, like I was saying, that time they needed somebody to write. So I volunteered myself and I wrote the first ever press release that had to do with the second coming of Radio Biafra London was written by me. It's still there in the internet. You can Google it. It's called Radio Biafra London is Your New Voice. So I wrote it. And I was happy that there were people who had the same passion that I have. I was so happy because I was so happy that there are a lot of people who were seeing things the way I was seeing it. So I said, okay, I'm going to give it my best to this. I'm going to work with these people. Since we have the same goal, a common front, I'm going to work with them. So I wrote, and then I began to listen to them. Then it was, I think, once in a week or thereabout, they would broadcast. So at a point in time, what there was not so much, we call him Chico, I think he's still in Malaysia there. We met sometime, we usually meet to talk about Biafra, and what he told me, brother, I think it's high time I did something about it. I did, right? I think it's high time. Then I told him another direction. And I said I was going to call on. I called on, that's the Radio Biafra London. I spoke to our people, especially those in Malaysia, and I told them that we will be having a meeting. That it's not enough to talk. That we have to take action a long time. So I called for a meeting. I gave my number, and they started calling me. And we had the first meeting. That first meeting, because we were going to raise money, and we raised $500. And from then, I began to speak to our brothers in different parts of the country and parts of the world. And that's how we started. I became the first coordinator. Then I became the coordinator of coordinators, overseeing other coordinators in different parts of the world. And then I became what they call the coordinator is COC. Then when I was coming back, I became the virtue of my work, Secretary of State. So, but when there were a lot of things that were happening, because the station was based, even though it's an online station, it was based in the UK. And I was based in Malaysia. And the secretary then, Dr. Emmanuel, who was based in Thailand, was the secretary. So I thought it this way. I said, here is a gathering of people who have the same mindset. The mindset is, how do we liberate our people? How do we make it better for our people? We have seen the light, at least we've seen a level of the light. How do we make it better for people? So my whole intent was focused on getting that result. I was never involved in the politics I was seeing there. I was focused on ministry, getting our people connected, getting our people involved, getting our people producing and expanding the coordination all over the place. By the grace of God, with some of those who were with me, we made it possible. Then, while I was doing my work, I had side talks, I had some information, I had some people complain about a lot of things, because then the money that we used to raise, we are being sent to the UK. And I said, I'm not I'm not the accountant, I'm not the cashier, the finance, whatever. I was not involved in anything I had to do with cash. I facilitated, but I was not involved. My work was to coordinate and make sure things that we are running smoothly. So that was the problem. The money that comes in, or that used to come in from different parts of the world, went straight to Nnamdi's account. And he was there with Uchemofo. And the Uchemofo was there, Wanda Malachi was there, Dr. Gemba was there, Barry was there. I said that everything was okay. They were all there, then there was no problem. The things would be okay. If they love the Biafra, love Biafra the way I love Biafra, everything will be okay. Little did I know that we were empowering a dictator, a to become a dictator, a to become a dictator. So I left everything and I focused on what I was doing. A lot of them who are hearing me or who might hear me later will testify to it. I left everything and I was focused on my work until I got back to Biafra for the February, and I came back to Nigeria separately for the course. Then when I got to this place, Nnamdi later came back and things, I began to see the bad side of everything. I was so shocked. In fact, the first time I saw him, the time he came to Malaysia, the first time I saw him in Nigeria here, when he came to our office, he came with one Edo girl, I think a 17, 18, 19-year-old Edo girl, to our office then called Technological Nurse Center, our security, our habitat, our citadel. So things I loved it. I loved it. So, and I tried to put myself together following him. At a point in time, there were some things I had to do with security and cars. Those of us, the so-called disparity that staying in one car. And I told him it's not advisable. Look at the way you speak to the people, look at the way you speak on them. And you will think it's not a security risk for all of us to be in one car. I suggested that I take a car or a bike and take other so that only Rita can drive wherever he wants to go.
Excuse me, please, our special guest. Let me ask a question so that you can pick it up from there. There are two things I picked from you. First of all, you said you gave the advice that Biafra agitation should be practicalized, not just talk and talking. One.
Exactly.
Then two, monies were collected, whether as dues or contributions or donations, and everything was siphoned to England. Was this money, or were these monies meant for Biafra actualization movement or for a particular individual's pocket?
The second question,
the question is,
I want to get it.
The monies that we are being collected either as dues, donations, or levies, everything was sent to London. Was this money, or let me say, these monies meant for Biafra actualization movement or for individuals' pocket?
Thank you very much. I don't think any would have ever sent money to London, money to London, and it's nothing. all the money collected, all the money contributed and to London was frequently for the actualization, for it that will take to move from where we are to the rest of their country.
Okay,
So
now,
that's how it works.
okay, now that's, thank you very much. And you expected action somewhere along the line. What action did you expect as of that time? What action, instead of talk on radio, what action really were you expecting?
Actually, I was expecting a craze in the country where we are, because we, in Biafra and so to say, I was expecting the things that we've been seeing online to be on ground. For instance, you said we already have a leadership, we already have stock media, and I was expecting these things to be on ground. And one of the reasons why I had to take the effort to come down here to get going was because I want to see it. I was the first person that came here, and I came in with brother Vital and then another brother. I wanted to see it was happening. I wanted to be involved. I wanted to make sure that there was no hindrance. But when I got to this place, behold, nothing was as it was said. That was the beginning of the problem.
Okay, now, so what then made you to withdraw from active service regarding in terms of Biafra actualization? What made you to withdraw from active service? This is the question our people are asking.
Well, actually, I wouldn't say I withdrew. You know, like I said, we made mistakes while we are submitting ourselves to work for our people. We had mistakes, but there was a limited knowledge, and that was why we had to believe that somebody who claims they love Biafra will be able to keep our money and then take it. But it wasn't so.
Okay.
So when I got back and started having some of these issues in Namdekano, if after each issue I would call the executive council and they will talk about it, they will blame him. They blame him the first time, then the second time they blame him again. Then he got offended, he went on there and tapped the executive council. I don't think any of them are sensitive to that. He tapped the executive council and then he sidelined me.
Okay.
When I looked at it.
Okay. Go on, please. Go on. Please, please, if I throw another question.
But last year, I looked at it. A lot of people, some people call me from New York and say, brother, we can take up this question for you as many as you want. All you need to get a transmitter here. I said, you don't even know if I have money to feed because of buying a transmitter, because then I had nothing to do. While I was abroad, I had nothing to do with the money. I was focused on getting our people involved. So even down here in the country, I have nothing to do with the money. So once I have that issue with it cut off sort of funding. So when we had that problem and it resolved the executive and also sidelined me and a lot of people, there was no way for me to get across to our people. And those who subjected from America and from other countries, they did not have, or maybe they did not understand to an extent. You understand? So that automatically kept made me keep quiet, because I knew what it took me and a lot of us to get to where we were before he told the mandate or he took over.
Okay, now.
I knew what it took.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, from what we have understood from you, you are indeed a principled individual who want things to be done and done appropriately. Now, but because things were not working out fine as you envisaged or expected, but rather being under a woman's dictatorship, if you have a platform, a viable free platform to render your services towards Biafra actualization, would you be prepared to come back to the limelight?
Well, thank you very much. I have to be because it's going to be a hard talk, and hard talk or soft talk. My father taught me to always be truthful. He said, what he tells you in the morning, if you wake him up in the middle of the night, he will tell you the same thing. That way, he will avoid panic. So I'm telling you right now, I am a Biafran. I know there are a lot of authorities who are listening in. You know, I'm speaking from the truth, and I'm within my right. I'm a Biafra. And nothing will make me happy as much as to see the restoration of Biafra. Now, the restoration of Biafra for those of us in Nigeria, for the Nigerian government and those of us who are listening in, the restoration of Biafra or Biafra government has nothing, Biafra sovereignty, Biafra republic has nothing to do with hatred. The hatred of Biafra towards or against other people. It has nothing to do with it. It has nothing to do with us trying to claim anything. But there comes a point in time where you understand that English word called diversification is very, very important. It's actually bigger than numbers of alphabet of people. We diversify. Now there are diversity in units in Nigeria, which means there is possibility for diversification.
Okay, just a second. Let us take a caller. Just a second. Hello, Emeka Ojo from Ikwano, Umahia. Welcome to the program. Hello, Emeka. Emeka, can you hear me? What's happening? Hello, caller online with number ending 5978. Welcome to the program. Hello? Can you hear me? The caller number ending 5978. Are you online with us? No. Go on, please, our guest speaker. We lost him.
Okay, thank you very much. If my brother who called from Ikwano is listening, maybe the next time you are calling, you may consider to go to an enclosed place or a place where there is less noise and switch your phone to loudspeaker, switch your mic to loudspeaker. You might be able to get connected. You know, it's not peculiar to you, but it's peculiar to all of us who are residents in Nigeria.
Yeah, that is true.
With network. I can't even use my Skype.
Yes.
So this is one of the things we talk about. I can't use my Skype unless I go to a 2-story, 3-story people. I can't even make a video call or Facebook. So that's by the way where we were. So you asked me a question. I said there are groups who are within the government of Nigeria and not every and within ourselves, those who are listening to this night. And I'm saying that yes, I'm a Biafran. And that talking about Biafra has nothing to do with the hatred, the perceived hatred you people have against the rest of those who are not within the enclave, the old structure called Biafra. No. And this is one of the perceptions we need to correct. That is why I am begging our people, those of them, the people who have this zeal. I understand their zeal, I understand your zeal, I understand how desire of supply of being free, and it's within your right to be free. But hear me and hear me very well. Stop using abusive words because words are constructive. The words you speak have a way of having an effect on you.
Yes, exactly. Just please excuse me, our guest speaker. You really hit the nail on the head. I was almost coming to that next question. That presently, every member of RPL IPOB London is very, very abusive, lacking respect for constituted authority, lacking respect for elders, lacking respect for even the very society they live in. Was it the same thing during the time you were a pronounced member of that particular organ?
No, it was only on this mouth, and there were a few people there. It is the issue. The anointing moved from the head downwards, and the letter is included in the greater. You see, when I thank God for the experience that God allowed me to have in what was the works I did with RPL, and so-called some of those of us who believe in Biafra there, it taught me a lot. Looking at the words that they usually use, going through the book again and again, I just found out that we are walking too fast. And I have to blame myself if I need to blame anybody. Not because I contributed positively or I contributed actively, but actively. I was focused on my work and I forgot the fact that we are giving him the power and absolute power. And it's absolute power for us. So even if we are there and give such power, I would have been connected. But the difference between two people is the ability to listen to advice. So I'm talking to those of us who are state RPL, who are following making foundation really the salon. I was once you call it in the editorial board of RBL. Even though they never called for people. I was the manager. I said, a lot of people were there, so you can handle it. I didn't know they were running the way they like. It was when I got to Nigeria, and I found that some of them were £82,000. And I was dying, and I was doing the work. Well, the only thing they did was to talk. People could talk. So I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, it is high time we consider the way we approach Biafra. No, you can't abuse the UN, you abuse the US, you abuse Barack Obama, you abuse Trump, you abuse the UK, you abuse Buhari, you abuse you abuse Ohanese, you are even that went as far as abusing taking women and calling them women. Abusing our women, calling them prostitutes.
That is true. He called Enugu women prostitutes. He called them prostitutes. Enugu women, he called them prostitutes. And that didn't go down well with the whole Igbo race.
The spirit of the devil, that is the spirit of the Antichrist. It's not a sign. And such spirits have been put to a stop. So what do you expect? You want to maintain 99.9% of against our prostitutes. Because you use the money we give you by faith. You use that money, the money is in your account. You use it with one other brother. You rent you pay for hotel being everywhere and not there everywhere. Nobody asks you this question. Grace is very big, but it's dangerous if you forget the anointing inside of it. That is why when you are demanding for promotion, it's sure that you will understand that there is a power behind the promotion. So you can submit to it. That is the problem. That was the problem. So my brother said that it's not too late yet. It's not late yet. Like I was talking about Nigeria side, I said the issue of Biafra doesn't have to do with hatred. So our brothers, it is that time we began to live by this word that I say. Stop hatred.
No, exactly. Our special guest, you really said something very, very important. That Biafra actualization should not be built on hatred. You know, over the months, let me inform you, over the months, we have interviewed prominent Biafrans as well as prominent Nigerians. Let me give you a rundown. We have interviewed Dr. Chukwuemeka Eze, former governor of Anambra State. There was one time last month our guest here. The same month, former governor of Kaduna State, Alhaji Barebe Musa, was our guest here. Previously, we had Professor Ango Abdullahi, former Vice Chancellor Ahmad Bello University. He was our guest. Major Hamza Mustafa, Alhaji's Chief Security Officer, was one time our guest here. Alhaji Shetima Yerima, the president of the Arewa Youth Consultative Forum, the one that gave Igbo's quick notice, he was our guest here on 2 occasions. The leader of the Old People's Congress, Freddy Fashewu, was once our guest here. Femi Fani Kayode, former aviation minister, was once our guest here. Osita Chidoka, former aviation minister, equally was once our guest here. Chief Chekwa Sokode, you know him, was once our guest here. And very many others. They are here. We select the individuals. They come here and tell us the truth. And indeed, what brought me to this is this. There was a statement you made that Biafra can never be built on hatred. This was exactly what each and every one of these people said, both from the Hausa, Yoruba, and the Igbo axis. Now, the question comes, During the time headers of, let me say, when Kano had sway on RPL, he was preaching violence, trying to make Nigeria a Somalia, that nowhere in the history of self-determination had any particular nation gotten their independence without violence. On the other side of the divide is the leader of the bim-massob family, Chief Dr. Rafu Watrike, who studied the what is his name again? The Gandhi style, that we can achieve our independence through non-violence, no matter the time it takes. Just like as is happening in Catalonia, in Scotland, in Kurdistan, in very many other countries now, which the United Nations, recognizing. The question is this: would you subscribe to violence towards Biafra actualization or through a non-violence philosophy?
I got what you said, but I think the first two words, the first two words that were like, that made the question. Can you repeat it again?
Now, the question is this: having seen now how RBL under Kano was preaching violence to make Nigeria look like Somalia before we get our independence, while on the other side of the divide is Chief Dr. Rafu Wazirike of the bim-massob family, who, having studied the Mahatma Gandhi style of actualizing independence through non-violence, just like in Catalonia now, in Scotland, in Kurdistan, and very many other countries. Which one do you subscribe? Because let me say, everybody we have interviewed is saying Biafra is possible through non-violence and through negotiation. From your own perspective, as a former member of the RBL, now speaking to us on Voice of Biafra International under Owazike, who wants peaceful resolution or devolution or dissolution of the Nigerian Federation, which one would you subscribe to? Violence for Biafra or non-violence for Biafra?
Okay, thank you very much. I will begin to speak for not just myself, because to speak for myself is not to be a limitation. So I begin to speak for with our brothers still and part of the world. Those of them who are offering everybody, and they are who are my brothers. I think we all said that way. It's a so angry. There are a lot of reasons to be angry. Can you believe that it's very difficult for me to go online in Nigeria? Whereas our brother can download something of 100, 200 gigabytes a month if I like. So there are limitations that are here that makes people very, very angry. And immediately started from some of us who are abroad, who are still abroad now. It started there because we have tested both sides. We see what is here and we see what is people there, even if it's no West. All these things like Germany and the rest of them, where we all are, we are not living like kings, or so to say. Some of us are human and we are grateful for people to them. But when they translate your strength, your level into Nigerian money, it does some things for you. And so when you begin to look at the resources we have here, how the numerical advantage we have, and then the results we are seeing, it gets very, very angry. So I understand why people would immediately prompt for violence, because they say, don't go and fire the officer. That you look at militants, they killed us and they're now giving amnesty.
But you see, let me cut in there. If you talk of violence, what military arsenals, war arsenals do we have in our possession? Do we have the seaport for our naval ship? Do we have naval ships to bombard from any angle? Do we have airports for our fighter jets to take off and then bombard anywhere? Do we have the military brigades, battalion, armory? Do we have all these things? Did we make arrangement for relief matters? Yeah. So, okay.
We have not talked of. We are talking about everything.
Okay, good. Yeah, because we're talking about violence. When you talk about, okay.
So I was in my statement, I was actually to my argument like a Paul when he was in the world, bringing in how he did before, how he was living, he was writing. We do not have anything that is fake. to fight. You know, sometimes you make a new job, right up, you are very angry. You remember, you have a wife at home who is pregnant, and you have not even taken enough money. You have not taken enough money to take care of that needs when she is there, on top of other things. If you want to fight with robbers, even if you don't know who is at fault. So that's what I want our people to know. There is nothing that will very far good from violence. You can't be holding to the book. So then, I mean, who among them will say that they are more fortunate than you in the struggle? Let them come to the military aspect of it that be there. That's what I counsel is doing.
Okay, now excuse me, our special guest. Excuse me, our special guest. I'm sorry to interrupt today.
Before I was written, you asked that you wanted me to give comparison. I know now. I know nothing because I stayed with him. I have stayed with him. In fact, I was highly instrumental in making me who he became. So that's one of the reasons why I thank God for this.
Okay.
I was also involved.
Now let me come in.
Then when I don't lose him. I don't really work with him. I try to connect with him through the professor, and I don't think he has worked. There are things I did not subscribe to violence. If he was to subscribe like I had to non-violence, and he's ready and willing to listen to that life.
Exactly.
And to bring in people who will do the work. And to avoid anything that is unlawful, I will support him every day. I have nothing, something like me should have nothing to do with it.
Thank you very much.
So I will support him.
Yes. Thank you.
For him to have brought in money to start the radio means he wanted our people to hear.
Yes. And honestly,
from there,
thank you so much for saying this. I must be candid with you. Since we started the broadcasting, Chief Wazike has never interrupted. He has never tried to tell us what to do and what not to do. He asked us to have the free hand, interview our people, seek their views, their opinions, and bring these views and opinions together for us to work with. This is exactly what he's saying. And indeed, we didn't make mistake selecting you as our special guest today. You are very, very useful in this our freedom fighting, in this our quest for self-determination. You are very, very useful. Our people were asking, where is Ikechukwu Enyago? Every time asking vobi, where is he? And I told them that we are going to bring you on board. In fact, I told them that I'm always online. I'm online with you 24 hours, even though we don't discuss our time. But that we would bring you for them to hear your voice. We are indeed glad we are hearing your voice once again. And I have to tell you, beyond this particular hour, we shall relay this into bim-massob headquarters, where our Chief Wazike is. We cannot lose you in this our struggle, because we know how much you contributed to make Biafra a reality during the heydays of RPL. Now, let me say now, our co-correspondents are there. I wouldn't want to manipulate or monopolize the questions. Let me throw the floor open. They have questions for you. Uche Digi is right now in Accra joining us. Maslis, of course, is there in Lagos. Jude Chijoke is there. Sonny Emmanuel Wabisi is in Biafra land right now. Louis responds. Sonny Bierman, HS Udes is right now in Japan. By the time we got this in Port Harcourt, Uche Nokeke is right now in Benue State. And Mike Kukaha is in Germany here. Very many others. Let me throw the floor open to our correspondents to put across their questions to our special guest, Ikechukwu Enyago. Please, Ikechukwu, we need their services in Biafra. We cannot do without their services. We are going to relay this interview to Biafra, to headquarters. Please. Now, gentlemen, you know who our guest speaker is, our special guest, of course. He is telling us his mind, his experiences, and what we must do to make Biafra a reality. That is what we are doing here, to seek views or advice for special people, both from Biafra and from Nigeria. That is what we are here for. Gentlemen, the floor is open. You can ask your questions. Uche Digi, are you there? Maslis, Chijoke, and host of others.
Yes, I am right here. Uche Digi is here, my brother.
Please introduce yourself and where you're speaking from to our guest speaker, Ikechukwu Enyago.
Wonderful people of Biafra, I greet you all. And my able brother, our guest speaker, Uche Chukwu Enyago. I'm very grateful to have you in this radio station this evening. I am very grateful because, you know, we have been friends for long, but I know that you may not know me. Well, I mentioned name, but I'm the same person who have been advising Nnamdi Kanu on the way about. You know, even when he tried to take over, announce himself as a leader, we was somewhere praying for Biafrans who dead, and he went on air to announce himself a leader. I was shocked, and I denounced him because even before then he had been abusing our people. I am very grateful, my brother, to have you here. Despite that, then there is somebody from Thailand who continued to say that he will not betray them, that if they do, they will kick him. You know, so I was very grateful that indeed that you still keep on and moving forward with the struggle. You know, what you people do at Enugu during the time Rita Anibog and Choma Mereles from America took away his pet and his phones, which some of the evidences that was reviewed, Barrister Imam Mezu, yes, and the other rest of things when he went to hotel in Indonesia and other rest of things that was reviewed online. I do encourage you people that indeed, you people tried to make sure that indeed that justice was put to end, that you make sure that this ocean do not swallow the truth. You know, on those days when he was even abusing Chief Dr. Waziri, stating that they are going to use his hair, you know, to drink, I was listening to him. I advised him on the way I could, but he do not understand. He do not listen to me. In fact, whenever he hears my name, which I use then, off the phone and tell me that he's going to call me back because I myself do not support his arrogancy. You do not forget when he even tried to abuse Barrister Bianca, the ex ambassador to Spain, for accepting that contract or that appointment from Goodluck Jonathan. We all know this. I followed Nnamdi Kanu, not as a member, but as a Biafran to the hardcore, you know, as a Biafran and who love freedom. I am a Massopian and I continue to tell him that peace and unity is the most key. But he continued to insult and even trying to threaten people, and they claim not to be a troll. You know, so what our one person tell me that na nwata na agba egwu n'aka akara na ọmakwa na egwu akara egwu mmụọ. You know, so when our people make a use of words, you know, they have to know the consequences of the word they went even on air, on television, on radio station, even in Thailand. I know that you followed your ex-leader interview in Thailand when he went to a radio to make some broadcast and start expecting those whom he's going to fight along with him. I was looking at this guy if he indeed know what he's saying, because we know that we do not have what it takes to do so, and it is not possible for you to start speaking on that manner when you are not prepared, because you are just giving your enemies room. You are just creating room for them to come to destroy. So I beginning to imagine and beginning to become a surprising if this guy really wants freedom of his people. You know, your understanding on the way forward, I am very grateful that indeed that you are committed. It shows that indeed you are committed to make sure that Biafra is being actualized and Biafra is free. I am very grateful to thank you, to welcome you. But now what I want to know is, Can you still convince both Choma Mariles and others to support this struggle? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Uche Digi. Our guest speaker, you had him. Before you respond, please, it will be appropriate if we ask all our questions, so that when you are responding, you take everything once and for all, and where you forget, I will remind you. Judy Chijoke, do you have anything to say?
Yes. Can I go?
Yeah, go on, please, Judy Chijoke.
Yeah. This is Jude Chiji. Okay. And I am joining from Lagos, Nigeria. No, I would like to welcome our able guest speaker, Ikechukwu Enyago. I've been listening to your, speech, and I was surprised that, you guys really made a lot of, most especially on your own area, the sacrifice and the way you played your role maturely. But it is quite sad that the whole thing is this. I really commend your efforts and your spirit, the way you were able to take the bull, but even by honoring this same invitation and still in regard of Biafra, because a service to your own mothers and the way you were telling the people, most especially the Nnamdi kind of thing, the words that he is using on air, the way he is abusing people, I think this is where the main problem lies, because the problem that he has caused, we have been dealing on that for quite some time, but I still believe that there is still more for us to do. So my question is, I would like you to, I would like to see more of you, because actually, I didn't follow you from the time that you have been there, but I would actually like to see more of you. So I don't know how possible it is for you to come.
Yes.
We are always open to people who have, good ideas and they go. So thank you very much. This is my question.
Okay, thank you very much, Chijoke, for that very good, nice question. Our guest speaker is taking notes. He's going to respond same time. Sonny Bobo, do you have your questions to throw to our guest speaker this evening?
Yeah, thank you, my brother Iken. This is Sonny Bobo Emmanuel, calling from I want to thank our brother Ikechukwu Enyago, more especially for honoring the invitation to be our guest today. My own is no question, but I want to give a word of encouragement. Since you have the zeal to fight for the freedom of Biafra, to fight for the liberation of the maltreated people of Biafra, I want to encourage you once again, no matter the encounter you have with anyone, no matter what comes across your way, you have to still stand on your ground and fight for the liberation of your people. Because we have not achieved Biafra. Everybody must join hands in one way or the other, in any means for good, to liberate our people from the bondage of this country. So I want to encourage you in any way possibly for you. You can still contribute for the struggle, for the effort of liberating our people. I want to encourage you to stand firm and continue. Nevertheless, your previous encounter, never mind the encounter you had with those who don't have their friend in mind, who are after their pockets. I want to encourage you in one way or the other to join the struggle and to make sure that Biafra is actualized in a peaceful means and in a way that our people will benefit, and even our neighbors and everybody will benefit from the development of our future. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you very much, Sonny Emmanuel Mwabisi, for that words of encouragement. Ume Maslinos, Lagos.
Yeah, Arako, thank you. I don't think I have any. I want to do more of listening today because I don't have any question to ask. The meeting has already made us to understand how far he has gone and the spirit behind his coming out for Biafran agitation. And I think it's just the right spirit. That is the same spirit that is motivating each and every one of us in the bim-massob family, Biafra, nothing more than Biafra. Nothing again other than Biafra. So the only thing I would tell him is whatever anyone may have done, that shouldn't have made him to shrink back or go back into his share. He should continue pushing because like Biafra we say, he said that name Biafra is bigger than any other name, it's bigger than any individual. That is the most important thing. That name Biafra, we should be pushing until we have actualized it. So that spirit shouldn't die in him. He should continue to move forward. Now that he has gotten a platform through which he can air his views and every other thing. So he should continue. I will say congratulations to him for having that spirit of Biafra in him. That's all I have to say now. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ume Maslinos. Our special guest, Ikechukwu Ejiago, I will have my own questions, but I would want you to respond or react to various questions or comments our co-correspondents made from Ghana here and there. So take over the floor before I come with my own question.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm grateful to you, my brother.
Just hold on, please. Just a second. Just a second, please. Hello, caller online with number ending 7960. You are welcome to the program. Your name and where you are calling from. Yeah, speak out, please. Tell us your name and where you are calling from. No, I'm hearing you loud and clear. Say something. I'm hearing you here. Hello. I'm hearing him clear, but he cannot hear me, and he's blaming Nigerian network. So that is true. Okay, now to our guest speaker.
Okay, thank you very much. I was speaking expecting my brother to start and come here listening and speak to our people. Before I answer your question, I will tell you I will include your indulgence, the presenter, to please itemize the questions one after the other in case I some of the because I'm in Nigeria.
Okay.
And I use one small simple phone too, and I'm not in my house. I have to lift up the so I can get this to the question. You will be hearing sounds of motorcycles and cars going about.
Yes.
That's the best that can keep so you can hear me. So I was not able to get the questions and put them where they should be. But I think the first one was I think I think he called from Ghana, and he was talking about being and the rest.
Yes, excuse me, our guest speaker, just a second. Let me announce the presence of Dr. Chukwuma Egemba, who is right now joining us from London. Dr. Egemba, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, my brother. It's a pleasure. I have a very, very busy day, but I said that I must tune in, and even if it is for 10-15 minutes. It's a pleasure, my pleasure to join the program. Good evening, everyone, wherever you are.
Thank you very much, Dr. Egemba. Ikechukwu Ejiago is our special guest today, and Ikechukwu Ejiago, you heard his voice. This is Dr. Chukwuma Egemba from London. He doesn't need introduction. But all I have to say is that since we started consultations from here and there with various people, Dr. Egemba was given the mandate collectively to coordinate the affairs, to make sure that from east to west, from west to north, we come to a consensus and agree on how to dissolve the Nigerian Federation. Dr. Egemba is in charge, and he is reaching out to all the people I informed you we have interviewed. In time to come, we are going to have a conference, a meeting somewhere to be sponsored by Chief Wazike, as he promised. Ikechukwu Yago, please, with us right now is Dr. Chukuma Egemba. He's there with us. Thank you very much. So, Dr. Egemba, please, Ikechukwu Yago is with us right now. You are free to make comments because he has been addressing us for the past 1 hour, 23 minutes. Taking our questions, we have asked him questions on why in the years he was a household name within the RBL IPOB family. He contributed much towards Biafra actualization. He never hid himself or his motives or his mission. But somewhere along the line, he became withdrawn and nobody heard from him anymore. We are asking, what went wrong? Tell us what went wrong for us to know how to take corrections, make amends, and move forward. And tell us equally, have you withdrawn finally or just for the time to come back and join us in this Biafra actualization? All these and more are the questions we have asked him and has been responding positively. Dr. Egemba. So before you come in place, Dr. Please, you can, two of you can say hello to one another, to each other, because two of you is at the same time.
Yes, you can get London there. We get to go just as Ikenna said. We don't need any introduction, and not that it's unfortunate, but I didn't have time to start from the beginning to hear what you said and how you answered the question thrown to you. But whatever happened, you yourself know how we connected, how we came to know each other, my role, and so on and so forth, and so on and so forth. You also know when you got closer and closer to Nande, and without knowing the nitty-gritty of what is happening, at a point, even you, Ikechukwu, was seeing me as somebody who maybe because not knowing exactly what is happening, you weren't sure. I remember talking with you sometime and how you responded. But as our Igbo people say, breeze fela, we have seen what is happening. I know also the role you played. You were the first coordinator of all coordinators. You were the first coordinator of all coordinators. Powerful, untouchable. But when your best was taken, when you were no longer required, when your services were no longer required, you were done away with, just as other people before and after you were done away with. That is the type of Biafran leadership we have under you, under IPOB, under Nnamdi Kanu. So you saw everything yourself. You know the role you played. You were even taken. You were Lord. And I always said, if I am wrong, correct me. To the best of my knowledge, you were Lord. You were taken, Lord. That is, we are primed out. You were. I don't want to use the word force. It is you that will know whether you were forced out or not. But you were encouraged to come, and you came back with all pleasure, thinking that you are coming to serve to your fatherland, to serve your people with all the support. The rest is history. So, I don't want you to repeat what you have said before, but thank God I am still here. I know what has happened. I know what happened. If I start to mention them, you will know. What happened to Ngozi Madhu, who based in Sweden, and her husband? What happened to Professor professor, what is it that is based in Chicago? His name escaped me.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go on, Dr. Gamba, please. No, I don't know if I'm listening. Hello, Dr. Gamba. Hello. Yeah, please, our guest speaker, Ike hold on. It seems we have lost him. It's always like that, communication problems, fluctuations, hindering our free flow of discussions. Hello, Dr. Gamba, are you still with us there? Yeah, I have to get to call him. Let me get the place. Hold up, please. Yeah, it's really an interesting discussion now because it is an interactive session and we like what is happening. We are here exchanging ideas to make sure that Biafra comes to be. This is what we are doing right now. Yeah, okay. I'm getting reconnected. Please, bear with us. Okay, Dr. Ambassador, we lost you. Yeah, you're back with us.
Yes, sir. Yes, I'm here.
Okay, go on, please. Go on.
Yeah, no, what I was saying is that Jesus Christ. The Biafra of my dream is not the Biafra of command and control. It's not the Biafra where one person will decide the fate of Biafra. Anyway, tonight, Ikechukwu is the guest of honor. I don't want to take anything away from him. I just want to draw the attention of your listeners. I don't even have anything new to say about Ikechukwu Enyaku. He knew. Anyway, let me stop at that. I don't know what he answered to regard to where he is now, how far. I know that at times many people seems to take a back seat. Now listen, listeners, you all should know. I think he has said it. If you don't know, if Ikechukwu don't mind me saying it, Ikechukwu was based in Malaysia. He was let me use the word encouraged to come back home, and he gladly came back.
He said it exactly. Honestly, he said it.
He gladly came back.
Yes.
Did what? He was the first coordinator of all coordinators.
Exactly.
If I second, let him say it.
That is true.
What went wrong? I don't want. There's no time to go all this is. Now today, Ikechukwu is being regarded as I don't know. He is nobody. He is nothing. But before, he was the coordinator of all coordinators. The almighty coordinator of all coordinators, almost next to the supreme of all supremes. Today we are saying, what did Ikechukwu do wrong? What did he do wrong? I don't know what he told you people. So, you see, Biafra stroke will outlive everybody, including me. Onye na-support ihe ọ na-support maka ọjọọ maka ọma, onye na-support personality na-support, remember that Biafra will come and Biafra will stay. We will come and go. Biafra will remain. If you like, be whiter than white, be whiter than snow. It doesn't matter. What matters is Biafra. But Biafra will outlive everybody. Tell all the lies in this world. Deceive everybody you want to deceive. We will come to an end. You will not be heard again. Nobody will hear your voice again. Nobody will see you again. No, you will no longer be a supreme commander. You will not be who you are. But Biafra will remain.
Honestly,
anybody can do whatever they want to do. You can brand, you can remove, you can add, use and dump, use and dump, use and dump. You have been removed. with or without any reason.
Exactly.
Another when you use the chair, when you've done everything, you put in your best. Where is Ngozi mad? Where is Ngozi mad? Where is Chukwuemeka Ojukwu in France? Where is even Lotachukwu, who was the coordinator in Norway? Where is he today? This brother, Lotachukwu Okoli, was Biafrans. If I am mistaken, if I make mistake, I want anybody to come and correct me. Biafrans made life miserable for brother Lotachukwu Okoli in Norway. Today, he was deported. Lotachukwu is in Nigeria today. Lotachukwu is in nowhere. Biafrans made life hell for him. Biafrans was the reason why Lotachukwu was. This is crime? Asking question. What is his crime? I want someone to come and tell me, what did Lotachukwu Okoli, who was the coordinator in Norway, what did he do?
Doctor, I don't know. Does anybody have Lotachukwu's number? I don't know if anybody.
I saw him in October when I went to home.
Do you have his number? You have his number?
I think, of course, I have his
number.
Okay,
please, you will oblige me with his number. I'll get in touch with him.
All over the world has been used and dumped and useless.
Yes.
In the name of Biafra.
Exactly.
Everybody, whoever that is involved in making life miserable for Biafran, honest Biafrans, it is not going to be well with them. Even if Biafrans will not touch them, more will come after them.
And that is
it is not over. It is not over until it is over.
Exactly.
If you know who I am referring to, if you know what I'm talking about, I am challenging you today to call me. Come out, let us debate, let us talk. What have you done for Biafra? Where did all the money that Biafrans contributed all over the world, what was it used for? We need account. And that account must be given. That account must be given, dead or alive. Because the people who contributed this money, they contributed it to aid, to help the freedom of Biafran people. Not for one person to use it to do command and control. Not for one person to use it, use and dump. Not for one person to use it to create personal empire. Not for one person to use it to create business and make life comfortable for themselves and their family. It is for what can we to use it to better the life of Biafrans, to help to actualize Biafra. You are whiter than white. You are whiter than snow.
Honestly, Dr. Gemba, you are saying exactly what Ikechukwu Nyago lamented in the past 1 hour plus. He said exactly, and he is making it emphatic that there must be a day of reckoning. That there must be a day of reckoning, that our people wouldn't have contributed all these things for Biafra actualization, and somebody through dictatorship holding the microphone of RBL made sure that everything went down the drain. People are asking questions, and I have to inform you, sincerely speaking, not by word of boast, many members of the RBL of old have been reaching out to Voice of Biafra International to take opportunity of speaking out their minds, since RBL cannot give them that particular platform to speak out. They are reaching out to Voice of Biafra International, and they are prepared.
Let me add this.
Yes.
Let me add this.
Yes.
Let me add this. If you do not call RBL, which I am opportune, I have the audacity to say that I contributed to found.
Yes.
I am the founding member of RBL. Nobody can take away that from me.
That is true.
If you call in and you do not praise the singing, you do not say you say a critical remark, you are a saboteur.
Yes.
If you do not support a certain what you are required to say, you are a saboteur.
Exactly.
You have been got off. I want anybody. I want everybody. I challenge any man or woman, dead or alive, to listen. Nobody have had the last of me. I am coming out. I have not come out. I have not said anything yet. Watch this space. And the honorable Amara Yegemba mere. Aha Wuchukuma Egemba Awumoye Chukeneze Mbise Etinigite. If you want, I will call this number, inbox me. My name is Chukwu Megemba on Facebook. Google it. My telephone number is there. I am challenging anybody listening. Inbox me. Whatever you want to know about me, I will let you know. Whatever you know about me, just go and you have my authority. Don't ask me. You have my authority to go use any means, anywhere, to tell the world what I have done against the Biafran people. I am not going to say what I have done for Biafra, but anybody who knows what I have done against the Biafran people, I want the person to use any means as far as you are being honest.
Yes.
You are sure of your facts and figures.
Yes.
Use any means possible anywhere in the world. Expose me. And if you don't do it, you are enemy of Biafra. And anybody who knows what anybody has done against the Biafran people, only have a chinkete, you are enemy of Biafra.
Honestly,
you know that someone has been telling lies. Someone has been misleading Biafran people. You kept quiet because you are under oath. You are the enemy of the Biafran people. And the spirit of the Biafran people, dead and their lives, will come after you and generations. And your generations. But you are under oath to support one person. You are going against the spirit of Biafran people.
Remember, what you are saying right now is exactly what informed us to inviting Ikechukwu Enyatu to this program, because for some time he has been very much withdrawn. We had wanted to hear from him what went wrong somewhere along the line, for us to learn from that and know how to make corrections. Dr. Gaba, I must be honest with you. From now to the end of January, we have a lot of people lined up for this particular program and they want to speak out their minds. We are taking them one by one. And please, I always inform them, you are the person coordinating the whole affairs now, both from within Biafra land, Arewa and Oduduwa. Please, what we are doing now is that at the end of it all, like Professor Ango Abdullahi Barebe Musa, former governor of Kaduna State, and even Dr. Chukwemeke Zife agreed. We are going to summon all these people with similar views together. And good enough, Chief Dr. Afubasika has indicated his willingness and preparedness to sponsor this particular discourse for us to find a common ground. Like you mentioned, this is Lotachukwu somebody. Beyond this particular hour, I will collect his number. We are going to bring him on board, on air to hear him. We are going to come together because this is time for action. It's time for action. And let me remind you also, by word of information, please. For the past 2 days to 1 week, I have been in touch with our people in the United States of America. Dr. Akujeze, you know him? Dr. Peter Ejirika Anofro. All of them have been coming to vobi. Dr. Ejirika was with us last week. They now want to use us to make sure we reach out to every Biafran. And they are bringing Bruce Fine. You know Bruce Fine, the very lawyer that is handling our case now. They are bringing him to Voice of Biafra International Discourse in the coming weeks for him to tell us all these things. And everybody wants a common ground we want right now. So it's good we are now buying everybody's views, opinions for us to say, okay, this and this are where we made our mistakes. Let us reconcile our differences.
Can I make one? Can I make one thing, please?
Yeah, go on, please. Go on.
Right, because on
Yes.
let me want where you said that I have been taxed to coordinate so that people will not misunderstand. Tomorrow has
No.
yeah. You let me explain. Oh, he has been compromised. As I said, I have thrown my challenge open. Anybody, anywhere. If you know anybody anywhere who has given me any 1 penny, which I have not declared in the name of Biafra, and you don't come out to say it, use any means. Don't tell me you have my permission to say it anywhere, anyhow, as long as it is true. And you know, and you do not say it, you are enemy of the Biafran people, and you will be held accountable.
That is true. No.
What I have been asked to do, let me explain. What I have been asked to do is to those Nigerians from different political areas, political views, areas in Nigeria that have progressive mind, that are not happy with the way Nigeria is currently structured, that want the best for their own people, that we should organize, reach out to people of like minds. Listen, because why I agree to take up this. I want justice. I want freedom for my people. I also want justice for anybody, anywhere in Nigeria who is fighting for justice, who is fighting for freedom. So let them come together. Let us find a way. Get your own justice, get your own freedom. Be happy wherever you are. Let me get my own justice. Let me get my own freedom for my own Biafran people and be happy where we are. That is what we are talking about. If Ango Abdullahi is looking for or to speaking for freedom for his people, I will support him. That is justice. If Mustafa Al-Mustafa is looking for justice, if Karima is looking for justice and the freedom for his people, I will support him. If anybody from the West, from anywhere, I will coordinate, help them. Because if I want justice, I cannot wish any other person injustice. It will not be fair. So if I want justice, let everyone else also get justice and get freedom. So you will be happy and be happy where you are. And you don't come to threaten me, threaten my freedom, threaten justice for my people. I will be happy where I am. That is what we are talking about here. He has to compromise. Come and say it now. This is what I am going to do, and I'm going to do it. So I am making it open. If you have a problem, come and challenge me. My name is Egemba, that is my name on Facebook. There, my telephone number. I live in the United Kingdom. I have only one number. I can say it on the phone. +44 7956 912 777. I repeat, +44 7956 912 777. This has been my number since March 1995. I have never changed it, and I'm not going to change it for anybody. Call me anytime, any day. Send me a message. Whatever you want, I will tell you. If you want, I'll give you my details. My date of birth, my address, both home and abroad. But you must say it against the Biafran people. If you don't say it, you are enemy of the Biafran people. But I am out. Anybody who is deceiving Biafran people, I am going to come after them one another. Listen, I will rather live to see Biafra progressive or die instead of living to see it being people coming to deceive Biafra people. It's enough. It's enough. I took oath to defend Biafra. And that is what I'm going to do. I did not take oath to defend any one individual. Abu Belonio. I raise my case.
Thank you very much, Dr. Egemba. And now, Istechku Enyage, what is your reaction to what he has just said? Our guest
Okay,
speaker,
thank you
please.
very much.
Yes.
I see the questions that were asked by other speakers
Yes.
are now on good. I'm going to respond to Dr. Egemba.
Yes.
I want to start by saying that I know him just as I knew Uchemekwa and the rest of them, and so far I think he's innocent of the whole thing, except for the fact that some of us or most of us who would have said something or done better did not do. You see, this is a hard talk. One of the reasons, there was a time he said something like, I don't know time over, there was a time when I began to look at him somehow, and he was somehow right, he was actually true. And the reason is because there was never a time he came to me as the coordinator of or the head of the executive or secretary of state and discussed with me on issues concerning really the editorial board or the RBI itself, and then the Ghana things that were going well. I saw my son the Ghana and I said everything was okay there. So I was minding my business. My work was very huge. My work was very, very big, and I focused on it. And not to boast, that was the only thing that remains now, or it will be there. I was busy working on the structures. What were you doing when Namdekan was building up all these things? I wasn't in London with you. I was in Malaysia. I was repairing laptops, phones, and then writing assignment, coursework, and even papers for people in the university that I couldn't go to. And they could not write. That was what I was doing. Then I left everything for the struggle. Then some people were receiving thousands from the money I facilitated our people to pay from different countries of the world in the UK, and I was taking nothing. I came back here. Only it was when I got here that I saw Namdi, I began to see the way he was behaving, and I reacted. If I were to go on the issue of Namdi here, we will not sleep. So he's inconsequential as far as I'm concerned, because I think one of the things about him, an article that talked about family and solve. I thought there are some issues I deal with the way they are. I don't want to spend all my days ago when I spent my time. I was always angry. But now I found out that it's not. I had to be very careful so I don't make the same mistake. He was blaming and was blaming was wicked, and he ended up doing worse than he claimed was wicked.
Exactly.
So
That's what
telling our brother, Dr. Egemba, I'm not holding you to account or anything. I don't think anybody has said that this is what you did and this is what you did not do, apart from what I just said. Because I believe I'm not going to push over. I'm quite some people may go about them. If you are a man and you meet me, you know you met a man. I kept quiet. It came that I kept quiet in Malaysia until I got to this place because I was focused on my work. When I got to this place, I got what was happening. And I looked, our people, all of them, including who was there, it was quiet also. If I had half of the privileges you have, Namdi wouldn't have gone to make our people up. There was no way. I eat from hand to mouth. I know you are better because you are a doctor. Some people think I have 3 masters. I don't have, I've not done it. So you can't equate. If I were happy in your shoe, such nonsense wouldn't have happened. It was because of this mess that soldiers nearly killed the Charles Okereke of Nigerian African Masterwork, the chief executive officer and publisher of Masterwork. The soldiers nearly killed us in Obakara Johnson, and 2 days or 3 days after, they went in this house. So if I were a half in your shoe, it wouldn't have happened. I would have done better. So please, before you go making the same mistake Namdi made when he started saying we are whiter than white, you are indirectly also saying whiter than white because you are challenging people to come and declare that you are guilty. It's not needed. It has no place. It's not needed because it will keep taking us round. We have to move forward, and when we have to move forward, we have to remove all these
Now, gentlemen, what is the way forward? The questioner is, what is the way forward? This is what we are here for. And that is the essence of having this particular platform. What is the way forward, gentlemen?
Thank you very much. Now, the big ambassador, you also said, before he repeated it that he made the coordinator and he's in charge. I am telling you and our brothers and the whole world that I will not make the same mistake I made within Namdekano when I thought he was just doing the work and I was helping with the work. I never knew I was building a would-be dictator. Because I tried to love Biafra the way I loved it, or even more. Not knowing he was writing on paper. And he wrote us like they said, the use and dog was because there was no structure to bring it to others. Otherwise, how can a man use and come and talk him? So that's the beginning, the standing point is to set a structure. I can't stand here and say, what we can say, okay, yes. And the thing ambassador is, who will do that? Under what basis? I have to be involved from the beginning to know that you are not making the same mistakes.
Yes, let me inform you. Let me inform you, please. You know, like he pointed out rightly, and of course I said this earlier on, we are going around the Nigerian Federation to seek views of people that matter in the society. Now, when they express their views or their opinions, and we find them in consonance with what we have with our philosophy, we devise ways and means of harnessing their wise ideas for our own use. So, for us not to lose touch with all these people, Dr. Egemba was appealed to, I cannot say mandated, was appealed to please coordinate their affairs and keep regular touch with all these people so that at the end of this exercise, which is somewhere first quarter of next year, we are going to organize a talk with all of them somewhere in Biafra land or outside Biafra land. From there, we take up the challenge. It might be a long process, but we are determined. This is his own duty. Nobody, let me say it now categorically clear and with emphasis, nobody has given him any dime, and he is not even expecting that. Rather, he spends his own money from what we know. So, when the time comes, everybody sharing similar views will be brought to the round table discourse, and then we take it off from there. The time has gone when an individual will take everybody to ransom, dictate to us, use and dump. This is not Biafra we have envisaged. I've always said it, Biafra is not a travel bag, and nobody can just take us to here and there. No, we are now coming out to be business, and business we mean. This is what Dr. Egemba is really helping us to do, coordinating the affairs, not like what Kano did or whoever. No, far be it from us. This is the information. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you very much. Now it's better because that was why I was trying to get into soft pedal when he was angry, because he was actually trying to drive me away from the main point, and I was beginning to get up because if we begin to look at the negative side of it, we will lose sight of what happened. Then that duty is the number one. It's important, and there is no need for you, Egemba. There is no need for you to go online and begin to say if anybody has paid you. If, for instance, you do not have credit to call, make your call to one of those you need to call, and you take the house and the house brings the money for that call. That is not taking the money. Because if, for instance, you call me now, you don't know what I'm doing. If you actually say, you ask Egemba, you ask why.
Excuse me, what Dr. Egemba is saying with emphasis that we should not allow the mistakes of the past to crop up again. We all have made mistakes in the past, and this is the time for us to go back and know where we fell.
Because I'm not angry and I'm not against Egemba. I want to answer a question because there were 2 questions lying before he came. And I'm trying to get through with his question before we move back. I'm not angry, but I'm pointing to something. He rightly said that I have kept quiet when I came here. If you must move forward, you have to know where you fell. He said it, then he asked why did I keep quiet? Then he answered himself. He said I was brought here by you people and left. I was sent here by all of you people.
No. No, he was not being accused. No. That was not what he meant. He was only trying to put record straight. Please. He was trying to put record straight. He was not.
From there.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So
you can't
I asked a question. What is the way forward? Our special guest speaker for the day. What is the way forward? What is the way?
There is
forward?
a lot of work for us to do.
Yes.
The way forward
yes.
From where we fell.
Yes.
If we know all those places we fell, we start. You are doing a good work, and I'm happy that moved this motion and has been behind it. And you guys are doing a great work. Keep to it. It's a good work. Like you said, you're going to call in some other people to listen to them and to have them say their views. That's a very important thing. People like all those people who were in the executive council, the so-called group of the Unity Council of Indigenous People of Biafra. I headed it first before Dr. Kujeze in America took over. They just dissolved it with his mouth. Those people are way bigger than Nnamdi, and everywhere, and they are so quiet. We need to keep all of them one by one on board. We also need that man. I don't know if he has spoken. There is one man in the US who actually paid some money. He kept paying money for things to be done, and they were not. The man who was always teaching on accountability. I forgot his name. We need such a man on board. We need the officer who are
Dr. Moses Wigwe.
Yeah, Moses Wigwe, exactly. Dr. Moses Wigwe. Yeah. Yes.
So, Moses Wigwe, yes.
Exactly.
We need all of them. Yeah, we can work. We need to even get across to August and the rest of nobody have. If you already know, I don't know because I rarely go online.
Yes.
Really online. So we need to gather these people together.
Yeah, please, if you have their numbers, enable me with their numbers. We are going to reach out to them. It is time for us to come together because we have made a lot of mistakes in the past. People are laughing at us.
I think the best way to get people now is on Facebook because I've lost contact with a lot of them.
Okay, I'll do that.
On Facebook,
okay, what you do is you send me their names. I will search them out, please.
Okay, gentlemen, permit me to check. I took because of the you can. I think I did tell you I am actually in a function. I have to excuse myself out to relate with Ikechukwu. Ikechukwu, I've got given you my number. If you didn't get it, ask Ikenna. He'll give it to you, or will just inbox me. We'll keep in touch. I was in Nigeria in October. There's no way I could have reached you. If I have, I could have tried. Anyway, let me sign off now. We will keep in touch. Thank you very much for your time.
Yes, I think I'll make it possible for Toby to reconnect. We share numbers. Once we finish, we hand over numbers to Dr. Gemba. He knows what to do. So we have to excuse him because before this particular hour, he really informed us that he will be busy somewhere, but we must be here with us because of your presence. And he kept to his words. We thank you so much, Dr. Gemba, for being with us, and we are indeed appreciating. Thank you so much for being there. Thank you. Now to our guest speaker. Thank you so much. Now to our guest speaker, you have to round up because we are really short of time. We have now gone beyond the stipulated number of hours bid for today. Now, respond now to other questions earlier asked, and then we call it a day. Hoping that one of the other days will come to us and talk more.
Okay, I think we've forgotten about the questions they asked.
Yes,
some of them on board.
Yeah, okay. First of all, they were asking them. First of all, they commended their presence here with us. They really wanted to know, of course, what went wrong, which you have said. They now asked, what are the way forward since we have tried or preached violence and discovered violence could not help Biafra? Now, we are talking of peaceful resolution, dissolution, devolution, whichever way they accept. But we detest hostility. What are your contributions? What now would you do to make sure you come back from the silent resignation you have been having all these days back to limelight to become part and parcel of this our quest for Biafra actualization. They want to know what other further contributions could you make. Are you still prepared to work with us so that we put things right, put things together, and move on from there by forgetting the ugly past?
Okay. Thank you very much. I think the answer is already here. We are talking. You asked me to come in, and I said yes, and I'm here, and we are talking, and we keep on talking, and we get connected from here to other levels. As well as I think that's the answer. The next thing I want to say to our people is, because I did not hear it come up or something like that, we need to issue is the issue of elections.
Yes.
Is the issue. There are a lot of things we got wrong. You say you've studied the struggle for so long and you tell people not to vote. How do you get referendum if you will not account to yourself? Before you vote for referendum, it's voting. You have to tender your name, your details, and another person tenders his own. These are registrations. You register for the voting. So if you do that, you know you have to vote from one level to the other. This is democracy. We cannot fight our way from here to any level. Anywhere. It cannot work, especially not in
exactly. Exactly. Honestly, we have been discussing and emphasizing on this even before the Anambra election. We emphasized on it, and we were able to sway the minds of our people into registering and voting. And I have to inform you, please, now, we are heading towards 2018 census, national census. And we are now mobilizing our people for that particular exercise. This is what we are doing now. There is nowhere we should talk about a referendum or sovereign national conference without determining our political status, our demographic figures. These are the things where Chief Owasike has mandated us now to carry out. It's a gospel we are spreading to every segment of the Biafran society. We are indeed grateful that you have mentioned this right now for our people to hear and understand that there is no way we can talk of this Biafra actualization without going through these processes. But unfortunately, our young boys and girls were brainwashed with wing into believing that Biafra is an open sesame, a magical Biafra. So, in short, we are happy, we are grateful that you are here now saying this. And let us hear from you for some more minutes before we call it a day. Go on, please.
Okay, thank you very much. It's good to know that you guys have been on this good work. I'm so happy to be part of it. You see, it's something that I've gone through. There is no way. Monkey can jump, monkey can jump. Monkey cannot jump from here to London. I will do this. What will we do? Our fathers fought with nothing, and now they are very hungry. You are in Malaysia, you are doing 419 and drugs. You are in Thailand, frustrated. You are in different countries frustrated, and you are trying to make sure that this thing works. And somebody is eating it, and they are shouting war, war. You don't even have food in your belly to fight. How can he fight you? Nigerian people are fighting Boko Haram. They are crying for food and ammunition, and they are killing them. And they think you can just surround them, parents and family in debate. And then Biafra will come. I don't blame our people because some people respond to feelings and to frustration differently. So, but now is the time to understand. Before we do anything wrong, we have to be politically conscious. The Nnamdi Kano's father said it and I heard it, that he had Nnamdi Kano politics, and I was shocked. He can't deny it, I'll bring proof. So if we issue Biafra politics, how do you then think you can maneuver Nigeria? We will have to start by answering to you say you can't do election, but when you withdraw money in Nigerian bank, even if it is 100 naira, 1,000 naira, 1 million naira, they will or 10,000 naira, they will remove about 55 naira. It goes to the federal government, and they don't complain about that. They don't want to vote. It's a simple mathematics. You know, we are still in Nigeria as today. We are Nigeria by nationality. So you have to use those things that God has placed around us to be able to move from where we are to another level. Starting from joining, registering ourselves in the what is called in the population census, the census, you have to get yourself counted. You have seen some people are using their goods and their cows. I will used to call outside people who don't know anything, but it's obvious that we are the stupid ones. And it's time for us to move from where we are to the next level, starting by getting ourselves counted in the case. Every member of our family must be counted. We have to be politically conscious. Otherwise, even our education is nothing. We have to be political conscious. You start from there and you go and register for your vote. Do everything that is possible for you to get a voter card. In an election, go and vote. It is when you are voting for people who you believe will represent you that you have hope for the next level. And that takes me to another level now. You see, our people need that there is need for those of us who are passionate about the freedom of our people to begin to come out or to be sponsored into elective positions.
Exactly. Let me be sincere with you. The Chief Wazike has already given us the mandate to sensitize our people in this regard. As we head towards 2019, that is the essence why we are mobilizing our people now. That when we bring all the eggheads together, we are going to reign dominant in the Biafran society, selecting, sponsoring those people that are Biafra oriented into the National Assembly for them to go there and fight the justice of our cause. This is what we are doing now, and that is why we are reaching out to everybody that matters in our Biafran society. So, thank you very much. Go on.
Thank you. That's great. Like I was saying, a few days ago, I was discussing with Chief Justice, the chief and publisher of Nigeria Africa Master World, and he said to me that he has made up his mind to serve Abia State is state.
Okay.
In the capacity of a governor from this coming election.
Okay.
And I think a man like that, you know him. If in case you don't know him, if you have been thinking those people who are manipulating, printing out different versions of the Constitution or Biafra, some of them don't even know the computer. And it's been quiet and light. Not the kind of a point even told him.
Exactly. I must be honest with you, Kone. Some of the people who want to, I'm sorry to cut in, most of the people who want to be governors in any state of Biafra land, have been reaching out to us to come to our program to sell their ideology. We are welcome for this because this is the voice of the people. At the end of the day, I will not be, Voice of Biafra International will not be the one to choose, but from what they have said, our people will decide who goes for them. That is the situation of things. Yeah, so he is welcome. You can bring him on program, let him come and tell us what he has, his own Biafran spirit, how he is prepared to display it if he's voted in. He is welcome to our program anytime.
Thank you very much. I think I've worked with him for many years now, and what he says usually is the way it is. So so far, I'm going to a stage where even if I'm so interested in something and it says this thing, I've seen it with experience and it gives me examples, and I see it's true. I will draw without wasting my time. He's a man who has gone through a lot of things in patience and has been able to keep himself. He's a man who can actually bring the spirit of Biafra to manifestation. He gives you the right to decide what you want to do. And not you are there because it's terrible. But our problem is not Nigeria. Our problem is ourselves, and we have to begin to correct it, to correct it from getting ourselves accountable and politically conscious. So that it starts from there. Like I said, he had somebody like Chicha Okereke who had said, he said he's going to declare his intention. He told me he's going to declare his intention. And only people like that in any different places. And when Biafrans see these people, that's when you constantly you are cursing your father.
Exactly. Could you imagine? Could you imagine that just this morning, somebody posted the picture of Nyanwodo on Facebook and wrote the R.I.P. R.I.P. It was amazing. It was amazing. If we begin to think of how far people would have degenerated to, it's so alarming. We can't imagine that.
I've seen what somebody said if they brought the mother of Nnamdi Kanu and brought Mary, the mother of Jesus, and asked him to kill one, he would kill Mary, mother of Jesus.
Jesus.
Some say Nnamdi is the Holy Spirit. You see, frustration is terrible, but we must do something now because
well, I think nature.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not continuing, but I want to round up.
Okay.
People when people like Chief Secretary and others who are put there who have something to offer, come out and nominate themselves. It behoves now on us, these Biafrans who are still it, and who understand that there is no way for us apart from this political activity to look at them and know who and who they can actually vote for. We have the right to vote, but when we have not registered to vote and stuff like that, you cannot claim to vote. And when you do not vote, you are depriving yourself. You can't blame anybody. You don't have any right when you have denied yourself the right to vote. So our people will choose them and they will go in there and they will listen to us. If they refuse to listen, we will also we'll get together again and get them out. That's how it's done. We have to forget the federal government for now. They are not our problem. It's not our problem. It's our problem. All the misperceptions and the rest of them are the fact. But today, what are we doing to correct it? We have to start correcting it by with our best politically conscious. That's how to go about it.
Thank you very, very much, our special guest speaker, Ikechukwu Enyago. We are indeed grateful that you honored our invitation to bear your minds and to provide solutions to our numerous problems by stating the way forward. Beyond this particular hour, we are going to write a report of what we have done and send to our headquarters for necessary actions. Please, we are here to look out for those people who are having Biafran spirit in them, but we are subdued due to one man's selfish dictatorship. Now we are coming back to gather ourselves and make inroads, make sure that Biafra becomes a reality. I will discuss with Gemba tomorrow and many others, and I will forward their number to them so that your name will once again be written in that particular list. When the conference shall be held, please, you shall have our invitation. We want to take back Biafra, and we are determined. That is what the Chief Wazike told us. Use this platform and recall our people. This is what we are here for. So, thank you very much for being with us. And we have really shot beyond the hours given to us, and we must call it a day. We thank you so much for members of the crew, members from Lagos, Sonny Bobo Imabisi Emmanuel from Biafra Land, Judy Chijoke in Lagos. We are saying thank you all for being with us, even to Don Fegemba who made that time to be with us. We are indeed grateful. Telling our special guest today that any other time we call upon you, please do not fail us. Answer the call of patriotism, because we are working for Biafra and we are heading down there. It might not be in our lifetime, but let us prepare a solid ground for our children so that they will not labor so much to reach that particular promised land. Remember, the history of every revolution, independence is not something that is exercised in a day, in a week, a month, or a year. It takes time. It is only divine providence that will say, the day has come when there must be an exodus, when my people will leave Pharaoh's house and go back to their promised land. We are doing our part as human beings, leaving the rest to divine providence. Thank you once again, Ikechukwu Enyago, for being with us. Biafrans are indeed grateful, and they are happy that they have heard their voice once again. And they are delighted, elated, excited that you are here, hoping that you will not go back to cocoon again, but now come out to join the progressive minds towards homeland Biafra. Thank you for being with us, and may God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And to all other members of the crew, we say, God bless you and good night.
Ndị eji eme ọnụ ụjọ bakwa ahụ na-eweliwe omenala dị mma